Hello everybody, good day and welcome to another session with Accent Realty. My name is Adiri Kende and today I'll be talking about the pros and cons of living in a clustered living space. Now this topic may not be so law related, but it's very relatable as we all grew up in different type of environments, different neighborhoods, and people who live in a clustered living space will be able to relate to this a lot. Now before I proceed, what do I mean by a clustered living space? I mean a densely populated area. This is a place where the houses are close together, and just to bring it down a little bit, like face me, I face you houses. So first of all, you may be thinking, what are the advantages, what are the pros to living in a clustered living space? The first one is that it is affordable. Most times clustered living spaces are like a room, maybe a room and a parlor. It's never something big. I don't think you can see any 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom apartment that is in a clustered living area. So it's very affordable. If you're looking to do your NYSC, you don't want to spend a lot of money, or you're not earning a lot, then it is a good option for you. Another advantage your roof is to use your own money. If it was your house, you use your own money to fix all those problems. But because of it is a clustered living apartment, you just have to call on the homeowner or the landlord and tell them the problem, and then it is fixed. So it saves you money and it saves you the time of looking for who will fix your roof, looking for who would fix whatever is spoiled in your house or damaged. Another thing is security. Now this also may not be so peculiar to Nigerian clustered apartments, because most Nigerian clustered apartments that I've seen, according to all the African magic shows I've watched, don't have gates, or the gates are not, strong. But in Senal Climes, their clustered apartments have good 24/7 security. Then convenience. Another thing that has been noticed is that most clustered apartments are close to churches, close to schools, and then because there are a lot of children who just trek together to school, trek back, they go to the same church. So it's very convenient, unlike leaving your house to go to school and then use 20 minutes on the road, plus traffic. That's just very, very stressful. Then the last advantage is flexibility. So because it is affordable, it is something that you can just, stay there for a while and then leave. You don't have to, you can pay your 1 month rent, 2 months rent, in fact sometimes 2 weeks, 3 weeks rent. But if you are renting a house, like full house, duplex or whatever, you have to pay most times yearly rent. So it's not all that flexible to just pack your load and leave. And because it's small, obviously you don't have a lot of load, so you can just pack the little that you have and leave. So coming down to the cons of living in a clustered apartment, this is the one that is really interesting. The first one is lack of privacy. If you know you're moving to a clustered apartment, just know that you don't have privacy anymore at all for anything, because everybody is going to be all up in your business. And even if you don't want to, you're going to be all up in everybody's business. No matter what is going on in the second house, there's no how you will not hear it. If your neighbors are fighting, husband and wife, if your neighbor is beating a child, if anything is going on, you will hear, even if you don't want to hear. So if you're someone will just knock, borrow me salt, borrow me sugar, borrow me Maggi, my Maggi has finished. And if you're in your own house, before they even get to your door, you already have from your gate, you have your bell outside, from all those things. But this one, they'll just knock anyhow. Some people might even have key that can open your door. So all these things are very, very inconvenient for people who like their own privacy. Another thing is limited space. So if you're a baby girl or baby boy, you have a lot of clothes, you like to go shopping, you like to, set your place very well to look peng, and you are staying in a clustered apartment, I'm sorry for you. You have to just, not give up that lifestyle or give your clothes out or save money to go to a better place, because there's no space. Everywhere is tight. Even the space you're managing is managing itself. There's no space at all for any of those things. So if you like more storage options, it's better to look for another apartment. Then the third thing, homeowners association rules. Now when we go to school, we have rules and regulations. Don't do this, don't do that. Same thing, you go to church too. do this, don't do that. You go to your office too, do this, don't do that. You will not get to your house. They are supposed to be chilling and relaxing. You will go for meeting every Saturday evening or Saturday morning, where everybody will come with their complaints. Then they will come again with rules. Do this, don't do that in my own house. So this is very inconvenient, because how would I be having to answer to people, a lot of people that I don't even know where they are from, just because I'm living in this apartment? Then another thing is the noise and disturbances. Disturbances in the sense that you cook rice and put your rice in one corner that you eat when you come back from work. And when you come back, somebody has taken your rice. You've eaten your food. Nothing you can do. Because how many people's houses will you go to? And some people that are not okay will carry the pot outside and be beating the pot and be shouting, who took my rice, who took my rice? Another person that is trying to sleep or that has WAEC the next day will have to wake up and try and solve the issue. So there's just a lot of noise, disturbance, children playing outside, different type of headache that you'll be having every day if you stay in a clustered apartment. Another thing is people that used to hit nail on their wall. Maybe they're trying to put a nail to maybe hang something, and they're trying to sleep, even if it's in the afternoon or in the midnight. Or there's nothing you can do. You have to just follow it. Maybe you should buy headsets or earplugs. Then possibility of mismanagement. There's like delayed maintenance when it comes to a clustered living space. So I know I gave an example of your roof leaking and it being an advantage that you're staying in a clustered living space because your homeowner, your landlord will fix it up for you. But the thing is that before they fix it up for you, 1 year, you will celebrate birthday again, because they will take their time. It's not where they are sleeping, so they will take their time to fix it. And you cannot say you want to fix it by yourself, because why will you use your own money to fix house that is not your own? Except you have the money to, spend. And before you even do that, you need to still take the permission of the homeowner or the landlord before you say, okay, you want to modify or you want to fix the house. So misallocation of funds too can occur. Someone can just come and say, oh, we're supposed to collect this amount for this thing, and you being confused, you might just pay. At the end of the day, you won't see anything for that money you paid. Limited control is also a major disadvantage, because, for example, I have rats in my apartment now, and I've been chasing them away. They've been eating, maybe they've even eaten my hair or my leg, because I know rats do that. From my secondary school, they used to eat our hair and our leg. They've been eating my food. They've torn my clothes. I don't have clothes to wear outside again. Nothing. Oga landlord, please, come and fumigate this house. There are cockroaches and rats everywhere. He will not come. And I have to be living with them, because I cannot just call someone to fumigate the house when I have over 40 people living there. How would they sleep? So I cannot just, like, that would be selfish on my part. But at the same time, I'm suffering in silence, because there's nothing I can do about my problem, because I have limited control. But if it were to be my house, I don't need to ask anybody for permission. I'll just do what I want to do. If I want to sleep under the bridge for that night that I'm fumigating, it's my business. So that's just one of the major disadvantages. Another thing is the low quality of life. You cannot really be a baby girl if you're staying in a clustered living apartment. I don't know for some people, but if you want to invite, big people to your house, and that is where you're inviting them to, it doesn't really speak well of you. Then all these things coupled together will affect your mental health. It will affect the way everything, your sleeping schedule, your ability to even do well in school or at work, because at home there's stress and you're supposed to go home to relieve your stress. So ultimately, whether you live in a clustered living apartment or you choose to live in your own house, or you choose to, even if you are old, go to a retirement house instead of staying and disturbing your children, or that's if they don't want you there, and things like that. It all depends on personal preference and depends on your budget too. So at the same time, you don't want to overdo and stay in a place where you cannot pay for, because it's better for you to be honest and stay where you can actually afford. But if you are looking to stay in the custard apartment, then this video is for you, and I hope you've learned a lot from it.